What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Yapping Hours Season 2. This video, we're going to be talking about a game very specific to us, and the game we all know, Street Fighter 6. We've all played this game before. We all never had that retarded face just now. Oh, God.
I didn't think you were looking.
Yeah, dude, I always look. Come on now. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, especially if you really want us to know your thoughts about this video. We'd love to hear from you, and stay till the end of this video because we're going to talk about something that's coming up in Street Fighter's future. So as we begin, the very first topic I know was brought up was about Street Fighter itself and something we just don't like about it. But we'll start off with Crimsonite. So Crim, what do you have to say about something you don't like about Street Fighter currently?
Ooh, drive mechanic is one of the most retarded things ever. In it, most hand-holding.
Crib. What are you gonna say? Because we're gonna talk about drive mechanic as a whole, anyways.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm gonna say that for later. But for me, Street Fighter 6 would have been super good.
Stop saying "but," nigga. Like,
if it wasn't for drive mechanic. If I had to do something else,
stop!
I didn't even say but. Stop interrupting me. Shut up, bitch. Anyways, if I had to choose something else other than the drive mechanic, because I really hate the drive mechanic, it would be the roster. It was literally just Street Fighter 2 with some random characters thrown onto it.
Yeah, okay.
And we'll be talking about the DLC as well. But Rainbow, go ahead.
Yeah, and maybe even some of the characters if we have time. Actually, I'll let you go because there's something that we are going to talk about momentarily.
Okay, well then let me just quickly say this. I'll make it brief. I have to agree with Krim. I honestly didn't even think of anything. I was either gonna say drive mechanic or the roster, and I was just kind of like, it's kind of like a balance between that. The roster wasn't that good, and I'm not a fan of drive mechanic. So we'll talk about that shit coming up. You go ahead.
Yeah, if you guys would like to actually see a video where we delve deep into the roster, especially because that's like a thing I know we mentioned before in one of our previous videos, make sure to check it out. Please let us know. But the one thing that I didn't like, and I know it's going to be a huge thing when I say this, and it'll lead into what our next point is, the battle passes. My God, like, I know I'm the battle pass buyer. You know, I'm the whale here. But after a while, I just stopped. Because the first battle pass was kind of like, ooh, I like the music. Ooh, I like this is pretty good. And then I thought they would upgrade it. But they kept on going with like...
No, I feel that. Like, if I had to be honest...
Tekken had a good with like, oh, here's like avatar fucking like cosmetics. But also, here's... for each character, or like all the characters, if you get to this point, all the characters are gonna have a dress, and then like there's one for boys, one for girls, or whatever. Like there were still like characters. Because Tekken is like very customizable, so they can get away with that. But like something else other than music and shit for your avatars, and like
the fact that they were giving you music, which should have just been in the game to begin with for free. Like Tekken gives you the whole OST, no charge. They give you the whole jukebox. And Street Fighter was just like, oh, spend... How much was a battle pass in Street Fighter? Was it like $3, $5? I think it was $5.
Yeah,
it was like 5 or 7.
And you get all your money back. Like if you complete it, you can just keep getting the next battle pass, which is great. But they had to do that because it was so bad. It was so god awful. And they were just giving you music that should have been in the game to begin with, jukebox. And they were giving you shitty avatar skins that only like super casuals give a fuck about.
Exactly.
And
that's what I was gonna say earlier.
They had like banners and stuff. I don't know what else they gave you, but it was all a bunch of worthless stuff that wasn't even worth investing the $5 into, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, in short, I guess the only thing I can think about it is that if it's $5, I guess, because that's a very small amount. I guess avatar skins does make sense for $5. It's like very cheap. Don't expect too much about it. But like at the same time, just Street Fighter has one of the worst battle passes I've ever seen. Not just in any fighting game, but in any fighting game ever, or in any video game. I mean, any video game.
Well, here's the thing, right? Is because I know I mentioned it earlier in what you were saying, um, how like the battle passes are trash. That like theirs were so lackluster, and then compared to Tekken, it's like way better. Um, it's it's just a comparison thing. It's like what we just talked about.
I'd say don't
With
compare
like
it. I'd say just don't compare it because we're still going to talk about Tekken anyways. There's no point in comparing.
Just see it as its
no,
own
no, no,
thing.
no.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna go into it, but what I was gonna say, it's kind of like the Overwatch and Marvel Rivals debate or the talk we had. Which, if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. It's a very previous video. Um, but yeah, we'll delve into Tekken in the next video. I promise you that.
Yeah, the whole point is it's bad. It's cheap though, which is great. Costs only $5, and you get all your money back, so you can buy the next battle pass, which is amazing. But
it's what's in it.
It's what's in it that's not even worth grinding for. And typically, when you buy a battle pass for any game, it becomes like an assignment, right? You got to boot up the game, you got to do your dailies, blah blah blah, right? I don't want to spend the $5 to have to do that homework because it's just not worth it.
And what's crazy, and we'll talk about a little bit later this as well. Every character that came out had a battle pass specifically for them. So like avatar costumes for that character, like music for that character.
I didn't even know that.
All that, yeah, their taunts and shit for that character.
Oh, maybe
and you put on your avatar. Yeah,
I might know what you're talking about, not fully, but
yeah. But let's talk about something that you haven't had to buy, but it probably bought your sanity, which was the drive mechanic. At first, it was cool. You know, you had your parries. You know, if you play Third Strike, you have your drive impact for scrubs like me. You know, I could just like boop into fucking level 3 super, right? You had your drive rush for all the combo fiends and shit. And then we played the game later.
That's how it is for a lot of fighting games. When a new mechanic comes out, when you're playing it brand new, fresh, everybody loves it because it's new and it's fresh. But then as time goes on and you start to figure out how they work and how the meta is going to shift based around that mechanic and how people are going to abuse it and whatnot, then you start to go, ugh, I don't really like it as much. I want to go back to the previous game. But go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Old game good, new game.
Hey, because you already know I'm about to go off on drive mechanic. You already fucking know.
Yeah, you're on the clock. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so you already fucking know. Drive mechanic has got to be one of the most scrub-friendly fucking things I've ever seen. I understand that fighting games are trying to appeal to more casual players, but at the same time, it's like, God, fucking damn, you make me feel like a fucking retard playing this game. You don't know how to get in on your opponent that has good defense? Scrub impact. Are you getting pressured and you don't know the punish gas between your opponents? Scrub impact. Do you yourself have bad defense? You can't block against your opponent's lows, overheads, mids. Don't worry, we got drive parry where you don't have to mix up your own defense. You don't want to play neutral? Drive rush. Like everything about it is so fucking stupid. Skip neutral. You have bad defense? Parry. You have a bad offense? Drive impact. It's super scrub fucking friendly.
And don't forget drive reversal too.
Drive reversal.
No. I don't think drive reversal is bad. Only because a lot of games have it. KOF has something similar.
A lot of games have reversal. You need reversal. It's a defensive mechanic that fighting games nowadays are lacking. I don't even think
they want full offense.
Yeah, they want to be full offense, but Street Fighter didn't even do reversal correctly. They're still, I believe, tweaking it. It needs to be better. Like it's just one of those not so utilized mechanics.
And then I know you guys are gonna like out there in the comments are gonna say, I mean, there's counters to it. Yes, I know there's counter to it. You can hit the drive impact 3 times, it breaks. You can grab them. You yourself can drive impact afterwards. But let's be for fucking real. More than half of you guys don't be doing the exact same shit. If you watch tournaments, big tournaments like even Evo, even some of the top players aren't even reacting to drive impact. Like, let's be for fucking real. It's one of the most scrub mechanics ever in fighting game history.
Yeah, if people mix it up really well, it's hard to read. And what Street Fighter did basically was the game. No, fighting games used to just be rock paper scissors. Impact is now rock paper scissors shoot.
Well, and then I think out of all the drive mechanics, which is parry, impact, and rush, I think parry is the worst one. Which I know that might sound crazy, but drive parry, I just hate the fact that you're taking no chip damage and you're
no
having
energy
a free
loss either.
Yeah, You're no free defense. You get a free defense. You don't have to worry about overheads. You don't have to worry about lows. The only thing you gotta worry about is grab. But if you're smart enough, you'll just all you gotta do is just stop your parry early and then grab to get a tech. I think parry is the worst one, and the reason why I say that is because you get, let's be for fucking real here, you get lucky perfect parries. Like there's a 2-frame window where you get perfect parries, but let's be real, a lot of you guys who are getting perfect parries are just getting it out of sheer luck, out of panic. You perfect parry an opponent, and what makes it even worse is there's such a long animation where you get to react and do any punishment you want off that perfect parry. That's what really pisses me off.
Perfect parrying jump ins is just like almost guaranteed.
Yeah.
You literally have to do empty jumps essentially, but that could
if they ever did it to where like if you hold parry, your meter just fucking nosedives to get to burnout, it wouldn't be bad. But at this current state of time, I think the worst one, like drive reversal, drive parry fucking sucks. Like unless you get perfect parry, which is not that bad because you kind of timed it, even though it's like still scrubby timing, it's still like timing. It's drive rush that kind of pisses me off.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like, okay, where's our screen? Rock, paper, scissors, right? That's a 3. Shotgun and just right.
Yeah. And then some of the drive, like, just react to it. No, I on my mama, I swear to fucking God, a lot of those drive rushes are unreactable. DJ players, I'm looking at you, DJ players, as I cited Terrellion shit.
You're right. It's 100% issue. Like if I was to go through all of them real quickly, reversal I don't really have much of an issue with. If anything, reversal needs to be buffed. The game needs more defensive mechanics, but not like parry. Parry is a bad defensive mechanic because it's far too easy and there's hardly any counterplay to it outside of grabbing.
Yeah,
and you're given a bonus for utilizing it. So every time your opponent hits you while you're using it, you're gaining meter. So it's kind of like now I have to stop playing aggro and get close to grab you, but by the time I get close to grab you, you're already out of it, and now you're already clicking buttons. It doesn't work. Like, it needs to be a change to the point where there's downsides to using it, and they're just not there. Impact, in my opinion, it's annoying. It's hard to react to, but shockingly, it's not even the worst thing out of all these options. Shockingly, but it's still stupid.
Yeah, I hate all of them, but I think drive impact is the least bad.
Reversal, I'd say. Reversal is the least bad. And then it's impact. And then it's kind of like a toss-up between rush and parry. But the problem with rush is that it almost has like a priority system to it. So when you basically like stop time on some fucking JoJo shit.
Yeah.
And then you dash forward and it eats your opponent's inputs on some King Crimson type shit. So they dash in, and if your opponent click the button, it eats that, so then nothing happens. Your opponent doesn't click anything, and then they can still hit you while dashing at you. It just, it's bad. I don't like that at all.
We paid and not to mention to not block.
And so then not to mention the fact that drive rush, you are able to connect normals that don't usually connect to each other, which I hate that because it's literally just free robbery at that point. Like imagine being leads ahead against your opponent, like let's say Ryu for an example, and then Ryu just randomly drive rushes into you, heavy punch into heavy kick into heavy punch, drive rush, heavy kick into heavy punch, and since it's all heavies, it's doing crazy damage. And then level 3, you just got robbed because of a stupid drive rush mechanic.
You got robbed. Yeah. Anybody out there, if that happened to you, the heavy into drive rush, into level 3, you got robbed.
You got robbed. Like, let's be for fucking real. And then it's just but I still think parry's the worst, only because like me as the oppressor, doing all that pressure, it just feels pointless. There's no point in doing overheads. There's no points in trying to throw in a low because you're blocking everything.
Yeah.
Holding down a single button and you're parrying it all. That's me personally. That's why I think parry's the worst.
Well, at this point, we're kind of going in circles here.
Real quick, I am gonna say one thing real quick here. What Crim just said is facts, and then we'll move on 100%. Real quick.
Yeah.
the one countermeasure that they could simply add to parry is overheads, right? It doesn't need to be lows. Just make it so that overheads counter parries. So you can either jump and kick somebody to counter the parry, or do your character's like command move overhead to counter the parry. They need to have another option that counters parry outside of grabbing. Let's move on.
Yeah, so now if you will turn your attention, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know, is this showing right now?
Why was that the image you got? Yes, it's showing. You could have gotten a better image.
This is the image for the DLC.
Oh yeah, maybe wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
bitch.
I would have found something else though.
See, here's my cock. You need to step off, motherfucker. Like, I know what I'm talking about here.
Yeah,
Right.
You're a grown ass man. Get off this man's dick. You already know.
Yeah,
Go on, Rainbow.
You're
I got
not me. Leave that to me. Like, Jay.
All right, Rainbow.
Anyways.
Stop glazing yourself. Go on, Rainbow.
So
Okay, go.
now we move on. If you made it to this point in the video, we definitely appreciate it, because now we're going to be talking about the biggest thing right now for Street Fighter and fighting games in general, and that is their DLC.
But before we get into the DLC, we want to give a huge shout out to our today's sponsor. No, okay, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Better help. See, with that, like, just bring off the script. With better help.
Oh shit.
I should have known that was coming. I'm not gonna count.
Aki, Rashid, Ed,
No.
Akuma.
Okay, I'm gonna be real. Season 1 Battle Pass is better
Well,
than Season
hold
2.
on. I will say this
Right.
before we do continue. DLC, if like you're just unsure about a fighting game, let's say your friend's trying to get you on it, you're not sure, whatever. DLC is what makes or breaks it for anybody. They could literally love all the characters in the game, not play it, and then they see like Akuma, and they're like, "Yo, wait, Akuma's in the game? Oh my god, he looks sick." Wallet, here you go. Like, so
That's interesting.
this is where it makes and breaks, I feel. So we'll move to the first 4 characters that were introduced, that being Aki, Rashid, Ed, and Akuma. Now, of course, they've all came out already, so we've already played with them. My favorites being Ed and Rashid. I think their aesthetic, like with their supers, are cool. I would definitely change Ed's, because I feel like his level 3 is a little lackluster, which I know that would be pissing me off, but you know, outside of that, you know, I like the characters. I hate.
What are your overall thoughts on this season 1, though?
The first season, I think it was.
No, just talk
good.
to season 1 right now. Then we'll
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, first season, I think the moment I saw Akuma, I like clocked out. I clocked out in my mind, bro.
I love that.
Like,
I love that.
This is the whole, like, it's the whole. We'll talk about it. I'll briefly say it, but we'll talk about it in the Tekken video. This is the whole. What's his name? DLC recent.
Oh, Geese?
Hashima. Yeah, it's the whole fucking situation. We just cannot let go. Like, I know we're trying to move on, but like Akuma, right? Like, I hate that shit. We've talked about it in a previous video, a little bit in our Fatal Fury episode, but like, move on. We need new villains. We need new protagonists. Move on, please.
So you don't think Akuma should have been in the game?
I think Akuma should have been in base roster at best, and at worst, get him out. I think, like, yes, he's there for nostalgia, but we need to have new characters. Like, the closest they've gotten to, like, yeah, we are going to move on is with Luke. But you remember, they tried it with Alex in Third Strike, flop. They tried it with Rashid in Street Fighter 5, because he was actually supposed to be the main protagonist, flop. Because they're just like, oh, we need Ryu. Oh, shit. Sasumi no Hado. Fuck.
I get where you're going with this, but fighting games isn't JoJo's Bizarre. Like, you can't just bring in a new protagonist. You have to bring the OGs. Even KOF knows this. Like, KOF still gives you all the OG characters every new game, because it's just not going to work with a complete new roster of like new faces.
Which is true, but I feel like the premise of the story, like who they should, because they put Luke on the box cover, which that box cover is fucking shit. But they put him, like, this is the face. of Street Fighter right now. Ryu's gonna be there, but this is the face. And then they're like,
he's more of like a side character. He is the face, but in all seriousness though, Luke is more of like a side character, right? Like he's this game's current side character. And then when the next game comes out, Luke isn't gonna be there. It's still gonna be Ryu, and it's like Ryu and pals. It's like Ryu and friends. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I feel like I don't know about that. I feel like Luke is slowly trying to overcome Ryu in Capcom's eyes.
It's not gonna happen.
I think
the fans won't let it happen.
No. I think that too. Like, of course, it's always gonna be Ryu, but at least the way I see it, I feel like Capcom is slowly trying to have Luke take over.
I disagree with that. 100%. You can't get rid of Ryu. Like that is too iconic.
No. That's why. No. That's what I'm saying. Ryu is too fucking iconic, but. What I'm trying to say is, like, in my eyes, that's what as I see it, I think that's what Capcom's trying to do.
Yeah, I don't think that's what they're trying to do.
Luke is like the closest thing they have to like, hey, let's put the spotlight on like new characters, because they have new characters besides Luke, and like Luke is kind of like, he doesn't act like Ryu. He's like the Ryu of the game in terms of like, oh, I want to get stronger and all that. But then it's like hip hop, even though they don't fucking go with the aesthetic, but whatever. So what are your thoughts on this? I don't want to take up too much time.
Thank you. We'll say, I'm going to say this, because we've already been going for a while. It's already 21 minutes. I'll say this. I think this season, all these characters actually got leaked, first of all. They all got leaked.
That's true.
Gotta hate leakers. Continue.
And when they all got leaked, everybody's like, "Oh shit, the initial roster looks really good, whatever, right?" And then we ended up finding out, "Oh wait, no, these are actually the DLC characters." Oops, that's kind of bad, because Akuma, he's always DLC, and he should just be in the base roster, which I 100% agree with. Ed was a new character of Street Fighter V, who should have also been in the base roster. Same thing with Rashid. These are two brand new characters that I would say people kind of liked, I suppose. And that should have been in the base roster because they were new, and then we're getting them again as DLC, so we got to pay for characters that already should have been in the game.
That shit.
I hate it too.
I know it's for nostalgia and it makes money, but I fucking hate that shit.
It's for money. It's agreed. It has nothing to do with nostalgia. It has simply to do with the fact that Capcom and a lot of major game companies are just gonna give you the same shit that you had before and charge you for it, because why not? You know, we can do whatever the hell we want, and we need money.
Like, they have new characters, and like there's Aki as a new character.
Aki is new, but I believe Aki is an attempt at redoing a character from Street Fighter V. Krem, do you remember his name? The guy, Fang. Fang. Right, the guy that shoots the poison balls, like, because she's the student.
And he flaps in the air and shit.
He flaps in the air. Aki is an attempt at like bringing him back, but better, because it's female and it's, you know.
Oh
and
god, here we go.
You guys already know how I am. It's female. She's much better looking. She's probably even cooler. And Fang was like pretty lame, pretty boring.
He was a little lame,
yeah. So I think it's an attempt at doing that again. And all these characters are literally characters we've more or less had already. And we're just.
She's kind of like a Mai with Andy. Like, she's obsessed.
Yeah, she's obsessed. Yeah. But out of all these characters, my personal favorite is Ed. I used Ed back in Street Fighter V. I think he's really fun. Although I didn't buy him in Street Fighter 6 because I don't really like Street Fighter 6. Krim, go ahead. Thanks, Krim. Appreciate your thoughts.
Shout out to Krim. Like, alright. Well, once Krim comes back, we know he's just gonna be like, oh, one more thing.
Yeah.
Type shit. So
go to season 2.
Go to season 2. Now, not all the characters came out. There's only one character left that is actually coming in spring, so it's pretty soon. Which I actually forgot to mention that I do like the intros to the season characters of like showing them off in like World Tour and shit.
Yeah.
Another one thing, I do like that shit. But currently in the game right now for the season 2 is M. Bison, which literally just like fucking Akuma. Terry, Mai, and Elena. Now, Elena was, for those who don't know, Elena was introduced in Third Strike. She has an ending where she's best friends with Akuma. I don't know if that's canon or not. Apparently, it might be. I don't know. But we actually have our like Capcom. This is the first time, from at least that, to my knowledge, that they have guest characters, and it's not from like characters that we know, which is very surprising. Capcom, as like I said, as far as I know, has never done it. This season's aight. It's aight.
I actually think it's just okay at best.
Criminal.
Like Terry. No, I was here. I was actually waiting for my turn to give my thoughts.
We gave you a turn. You didn't say anything.
Oh, well, I'm not gonna do my computer lag. My bad. Anyways,
I better one.
Can I talk about 1 and 2 or what?
Okay, we'll save you for the end, and then you can jump on both of them. You can tackle both of them.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Rainbow, you're done?
Well, I would say, like, gameplay-wise, I actually like the way Terry looks, the way mine looks, but M. Bison pissed me off. Like, when I started facing him in the game, his shit pissed me off. But I would say M. Bison is, like, not necessarily that he's stepping off as the main villain, but, like, the way his shit is, it's literally just, Hishima or whatever, I forget, for Tekken, where it's just like, oh, I didn't die just yet.
Oh, Hayachi Mishi.
Yeah, Hayachi, yeah. Oh, yeah, Bison's dead. Broken up Shadowblue, and, you know, someone's trying to vie for the throne, like JP and shit. M. Bison. One more thing, like, fucking hate that shit. I'm excited, but I'm half excited for Elena, because besides Melody, because I know niggas would probably bring that up for me. If you've ever played or watched gameplay in Street Fighter 4, you might be wary, because she had, for those who don't know, she had a heal in Street Fighter 4, and that shit was broken.
I hate when people try to throw that out as like, oh, why are we getting this character? This character was broken in 4 or 3. Like, do you seriously think they're gonna bring this character into the new game as broken as they were in the previous? Like, come on.
They're gonna fix it.
Yeah, no, they're definitely gonna fix it. But I just had the thought about like Street Fighter 4 flashbacks. Or just like watching like Elena. It was literally like the Leroy for Tekken 7, where it's like character comes out and she's like she's like Meta Knight levels of S tier. Like, okay, you could just be taking all this damage, and it's like, okay, let me hard knock you down, heal, and like you're almost at full health.
Oh, so yeah, that's really yeah. But they're obviously gonna nerf that. Like if they
it's
do,
either they nerf it or don't bring her in.
Or they don't bring it, or they don't bring it at all. Yeah.
More than likely, they're just not gonna bring it in, because that shit was stupid. But yeah, what are your thoughts about the roster? I know you might have something about that.
I'll make it quick, because we're already going on way too late here. And Crim's still
as usual.
Yeah. Crim, be quick when it's your turn.
Oh, I will.
M. Bison, don't care. I know fans like him. Don't care. He's coming back. Oh, whatever. Who gives a shit? Terry, it's great. Everybody loves Terry. I think he's a good guest character for any fighting game. Should 100% bring him in. My issue is they brought him and Mai, which is like, why? Why are we getting 2 SNK characters? Yeah, Fatal Fury SNK characters. But they're doing it because Capcom and SNK are really cool with one another. So they're like, you know, hey, you get 2 of our characters, and then we get 2 of yours. So that's why Fatal Fury has Ken and Chun-Li.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that at some point. But yeah, Mai, don't give a shit though. To be honest, she's just another Shoto. Terry's Mai's just another Shoto. Terry's just another Shoto. M. Bison looks annoying and safe on everything. I did play against him. He seems annoying. Elena, don't give a shit either. Like, out of all characters, they added Elena, which I guess is it's like, thank God it's not a Shoto, but Elena, like, what? There's so many other characters. But this season pass, honestly, kind of boring, not gonna lie. And Street Fighter 6 is just Shoto Fighter 6. What do you got for us, Grim?
All right, so I gotta keep it quick going down each one. So season 1, the only ones that I actually liked were Rashid and Aki, because if you guys know, Aki is my current main.
Go back to it, Rainbow. Go back to. Oh, you already exit out?
I already exited out. I thought Crew would fucking be here.
Continue.
No, it's my computer lagged, and then I thought whatever. So yeah, anyways, for season 1, Rashid, pretty cool. I always thought he was a swaggy character. Thank God they toned him down for Street Fighter 6 because in 5 he was super broken. Aki, she's my favorite from season 1, and you guys might know that because she's my current main now. I picked her up. She's very fun. Literally Fang if she was fun and not bad. Ed, he's alright. That's all I gotta say. And Akuma, all I gotta say, it's 2025 and motherfuckers are still hyped for Akuma. It's literally just Ryu with extra moves. Like it was hype. It was hype when you had to put in a secret code in the Street Fighter 2 character select screen, and then But other than that, it's like just put Akuma on the base roster. It's literally evil Ryu with some extra moves. That's it. Like Akuma is.
I'd go even farther and say just get rid of Ken and get rid of Ryu altogether and just put Akuma. He's just both of them combined and better. Like,
literally.
I like how you say that, but then earlier you were like, "No, they can't take out Ryu. He's the face of Street Fighter." Like
that's more like if I was to make the game. That's, you know what I mean? If I was to make the game, just get rid of the two boring versions of the characters.
If you guys want to see a video like that, make sure to comment.
That would be a good one.
That would be a good video.
For season 2, Bison, I do like how he plays in this game. He is a little bit broken, but not too stupid. But I do have to admit that you guys are scared to let some characters die, huh? Like, what is this? Heihachi, you didn't want to let Heihachi die, and now you don't want to let Bison die. These characters just come out of fucking nowhere. Like, let them die. Anyways, Terry, that's my motherfucker. Look, Terry from Smash. Woo! Yeah, you already fucking know. That's my boy right there. Terry is. For you, those of you who don't know, I personally think Terry is one of the coolest characters in fighting games in general.
Agreed.
Like he might not. And personally, I think in Street Fighter 6, Terry isn't as cool in his own games as Fatal Fury and KOF, but the fact that he's in the game, that's so fucking awesome. My wasted slot, like we could have had someone better. Like, don't get me wrong, I like my women, but let's be real. You only brought her in for
I do.
But at the same time, it's like, let's be for fucking real, dude. Any of you guys actually like Mai out of the whole sexual attraction shit? Like, it was a wasted slot. That should have been Oswald. And we're not getting into that. And then the last character is gonna be Elena. Elena is gonna be, to me personally, I don't care about her. I wouldn't say wasted slot like Mai is, but I don't care about Elena personally. If I had to pick someone from Third Strike and it had to be a female character, because I know Capcom wants it to be a female character, it should have been Makoto, because everyone likes Makoto way more.
If once they put Makoto in, I'm actually buying her, dude. She was one of my favorite characters.
Makoto is actually a swaggy female character. But Elena, I feel like, I don't know, I don't hate Elena, but I don't like her neither. To me, it's just like, I don't know, it's just a random pick. It just felt random. But at the same time, I do know that there are Elena fans. But other than that, I'm not too worried about her, because Rainbow did bring it up earlier about the healing special. But like you said, Terrellion, I already know it's either going to be nerfed or it's not going to be brought back at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, so literally for me, Elena is just whatever. It's like a shrug shoulder type shit.
You said it should have been Makoto, but you know who it actually should have been? A boxer character with a rose.
Sean?
Oh yeah,
there's a boxer character with a rose.
There's
Dudley! Oh my god, I love Dudley.
I don't know why they didn't add Dudley. I don't know why they didn't add Dudley.
Dudley is my dude.
If Dudley comes into play, we know that Crim is going to give him a special apologies gift, because he does not like his father right now. But if you guys,
I'm telling you, Dudley,
if you guys don't understand what that means, please check out season 1. There is
So we're not gonna sit here talking about Dudley. Chill. We're done here. I just wanted to say that.
In short, Dudley is basically my dad. I fucking love that dude. All right, go on.
Rainbow.
Speaking of in short, we got YouTube shorts that y'all need to check out. But look, this is the end of the video. If you've stuck around, we appreciate you. Make sure to comment down below how we always take 30 plus fucking minutes for each episode, even though we try to condense them down. But this is what you came for, Yapping Hours. So just get ready for the next Yapping Hours show. Me, Terrell, Crim, we're out.
In the
Adios.
end, yapping is inevitable.